Live from Muscle Cat Studio, it's the Muscle Cat Sport Show with your host, Curtis DeBoy.
Hello, everybody on the internet. It is, there we go, the Muscle Cat Sport Show. I am Curtis DeBoy. Welcome along. Thank you for joining us on a Monday evening. It's the best way to spend a Monday. Mondays notoriously have a bad rep, James, and we are here to improve the reputation of Mondays.
That is it.
He's busy on the dials there. He's busy on the dials. Get your beautiful face on screen, Jimbo. There we go.
Woo.
How are you, my friend?
Just wiping the sweat drips off.
Yes. So I had the great idea to perform, to try and mix up one of the songs on the sound machine over there, which required a firmware update with about 2 minutes to go, and we had to yank the cable out.
That's it. When in doubt, rip it out.
Yeah, and as a tech guy, that must have filled you with absolute dread.
Yeah, ripping a cable mid-firmware update. Highly recommended.
And I like that everything was so organised for 40 minutes. You were sitting there literally singing along to, I don't know what we were singing, CCR.
A bit of Credence.
All sorts, having a jolly old time, and then I decided to...
do a firmware update, then ignore the big bold words of, please do not unplug the cable while firmware's updating.
We had no option. We had to go live. Well, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I've got, if you can go to the wide shot, Jimbo, I've got this nifty new subscribe sign here. Look at that. That's high-tech stuff. That is just a reminder that if you haven't pressed subscribe yet, please do so, because that is what keeps people coming back. That's what encourages YouTube to send our show out to other people. So hit that button if you haven't already. We hit 100 this week, and then two people unsubscribed. I don't know who they were. I'm suspecting they were Indian cricket fans, not happy with my work. Who do you think they might have been, James? Unless you subscribed from your two accounts.
Oh, I desubscribed. I was. I'm actually a big fan of that cricket player we both.
Yeah, Virat Kohli.
Yeah, Virat Kohli. That's the one.
You were offended by me, were you?
That's it.
Yeah.
I was disgusted.
Well, you know what? I mean, I said that we got good numbers on that reel last week when I stirred up a bit of controversy about Indian cricket. Those numbers are paltry in comparison to what we racked up today, Jimbo.
That is true.
On TikTok, of all platforms.
That's it.
Now, we are, the Outback Quarterback podcast is on TikTok. Muscle Cat Sports will be soon once we sort out some technical glitches there. It can't be that literally no one's watching. It must be a problem with the page. But I put out just a pretty quick reel about this very helmet here, and I'll explain that in a second. But just before the show started, I only posted it this morning. We have 56,000 views on it, almost 4,000 likes, and a bunch of new subscribers. For newbies in the game, that's a big day. It's a big day, Jim.
That is a big day.
That's the biggest we've had by far.
True.
Yeah. So we're flying. Now, the story was this helmet here belongs to a guy named Justin Tucker from the Baltimore Ravens. Now, he's a kicker. And a kicker, for those who don't watch NFL, is a much maligned role because you're sort of bullied as the nerds of the team. But it's very important. More important than people give them the credit for, because they often decide games. A good kicker and a bad kicker can decide games and championships. Now, Justin Tucker is the best to have ever done it, really. He's the GOAT of kicking. I know that word's thrown around a lot, but he is. He is currently under a cloud of all sorts of nasty allegations that you can look up yourself. So he's not playing for Baltimore at the moment. He's been released. But we bought this helmet before that. And not only did the value of this helmet plummet when those accusations came through, and it reduced the value greatly, we thought amongst ourselves, well, that's bad, but at least it's still got the signature, which says record 66-yard field goal, an NFL record. We've at least got that holding its value. At least we did. Until today, when Cam Little from the Jacksonville Jaguars kicked a 68-yard field goal and rendered this helmet worthless. So I offered it to the good people on the internet for $3, jokingly, and we have had, I would say, I've got to check because our inbox is overflowing, maybe 100 offers of people all around the world who will buy it. I wasn't really offering it, James. It was more of a joke.
That's it.
But people have seen it, and all of a sudden, I am the Gumtree for Baltimore Ravens helmets online.
It. Tune in live for the auction next week.
Now, we have to figure a way to funnel this interest into the show because that's a lot of people and a lot of eyes on this helmet.
That's it.
But there's some of my knickknacks there. What else have I got? Oh, we were listening to a bit of Credence before. I've got a record player these days, Jimbo. I'm just an old soul. You know me.
That's it. Going backwards in technology.
Yep. So I especially when it comes to firmware updates pre-show. So that's one of my little pride and joy possessions there. As I said, I got the subscribe button. I've also got the Ajax scarf, spelled Ajax, pronounced Ajax, a Dutch football team. Now they are sort of a powerhouse of Dutch football. They're known as a team that develops talent really well. But I'm wearing their scarf because if you turn around, Jimbo, you'll see the power rankings that I'm working on for the Champions League. Ajax are dead last. They have not scored a single point from their 3 games. They've lost all 3. They've scored 1 goal and conceded 11. So I'm just giving the boys a bit of a boost by wearing this scarf that my dad bought me in 1995.
Jeepers, were they doing better then? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't have bought the shameful scarf these days, Jimbo.
So they've not always been riding bottom.
No, although they are playing in the Champions League, which is at least something. Before I get to you and what you've been up to, Jimbo, I had an interesting Saturday night.
Did you now?
Yes, I went to a place called Sidewinders, which is a junior speedway. You know motorcycle speedway? The ones that they only turn left, and when they lose it, they stack it into the fence, and it's almost fatal.
And they're basically drifting around the corners.
Yeah. It's a junior speedway. So like kids from age of 6 to 16 or whatever. I don't normally go and watch junior speedway, but my dad was running an exhibition for his, he races remote control cars, right?
I did know that.
But when you say remote control cars, it sounds like poxy little toy cars. These things, it's actually called quarter scale speedway. And I don't know if you've seen one of them. They're actually pretty big when you
Oh, really? I always assumed they were tiny.
Everyone's shocked when you see them. And they are perfect replicas of sprint cars, all sorts of dirt machines. Anyway, he was doing an exhibition to try and sign up some of the locals for it because they're doing a competition there next year. And I was entrusted with some of his precious cars to race.
Mistake number 1.
To race while people were watching. And there was a little crowd there watching along and clapping. The kids were loving it. And I thought, let's entertain the kids. So I went maybe a little harder than my ability warranted.
As in getting on the course with the motorcycles?
No. I wasn't weaving between children on motorbikes, James.
Ooh, okay.
No, we had our own separate races.
Yeah. But you were out driving it?
Oh, yeah. I was on the remote control. And
is that sticks or knob?
Stick and knob? No, there's a lever. Accelerator, and then the knob for turning.
Why were you doing this?
I don't know. I'm in Xbox mode. I was an Xbox kid.
Yeah.
Muscle memory.
You were fanging around the course?
Fanging around the course. Yeah, at least I thought
Solo
I was
or people on the track?
No, there are others there. Others who take it quite seriously.
Yep. Professionals,
and then there was
some would say.
Me. And you should have seen the damage I left on Dad's car at the end of the last race. I got it red flagged.
What are you hitting? Just the sidelines?
The wall.
Yeah.
When you have to
Is
sort
it
of
made up
ride
of
the
mini
wall.
tires?
No, I mean, we were racing on the track that they real bikes race on.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, it's quite big and there's proper safety. But a remote control car into that wall does not hold up well. And,
needless to say, your sign up was declined.
Yeah, but the kids were entertained.
That's it.
And I may not be welcome back, but the kids certainly are.
So they all went home in the back of their cars with their parents saying, I want to join that demolition derby that guy was doing.
Yeah. That's right. As long as that purple idiot's not racing. So that was my weekend. That was fun.
Nice.
What did you get up to, Jim?
Oh, not too much. Just enjoying. Would you believe me after this morning if I said it was summer in less than 1 month's time, given this Adelaide weather we've been having today?
Torrential. I was up on the roof in the rain, sorting out gutters. Water flow is a never-ending problem of a mid-30s man. It'll just never be solved.
That's it. That's where I could not live in. It was like Indonesia or the Philippines where they just have monsoon seasons, where it's like you're just guaranteed to flood your house and. I assume gutters just don't even bother.
They don't install
just don't put them
on. Let it dump on
just
the cement.
go everywhere.
Yeah, Singapore has a storm every night.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed. We went there for 9 days once. Literally every night there was lightning. I don't know. How do you go out?
Yeah, that's what someone's saying. In monsoon season, it's just a guarantee that you'll rebuild half your house come it finishing. Like it's just going to get impacted no matter what. Yeah, apart from that, just catching up on the ultimate showdown that, as we all saw, Debung Delhi versus the Paneri Pultons in the grand final of the Kabaddi.
It was the grand final, was it?
It was the grand final.
Okay, so the Pultons and the Paneri
Pultons and the Debung Delhi KC.
The what?
Debung Delhi KC.
Right.
So they were basically riding first and second most of the season. Yep. So you're basically top seed and number 2 playing off pretty much in the fight they've been having all season. So Paneri Pultons being number 1 whole season.
Sorry, have we mentioned at any point that we're talking about Kabaddi? I just wanted to...
Yes, the Kabaddi update.
For those who haven't watched the first 3 episodes
Everyone's
of the show,
informed on Kabaddi.
we just need to know. I mean, we've talked about it for 3 weeks. James is weirdly obsessed with it. We just need to know who won.
I'm deep. Yeah. So season 12 championship. So essentially Debung Delhi KC. They pulled it off.
Oh, is that a surprise?
It is a little bit in the sense that they weren't riding top, I guess, but it could have been anyone's game. But it's actually the first team since season 2, so the very second season, to actually win on their home mat.
So, they have a home mat.
Well, like,
it's just.
I mean, that's just what they refer to their court as.
It's in one convention city just to swap the mats. Who's home for this one? Oh, here we are. Bring your mat.
Reel your mat out.
Wait, sorry, I got to blow it up first.
But essentially, I guess it's the opposite of NFL, where like people just don't. It's less common to win on your home mat, I guess. But for whatever reason, so
Why?
I don't know. Don't know what that is. You'd think it's the opposite in every other sport, but they're literally the first team since season 2 to win the championship on their own home turf.
And when you say home mat, is this
It's
in
just
their
the home
city?
court.
Is it in their city?
Yes. So it was in Delhi. Yeah,
right. Wow. And was it a thriller?
It was. So 31-28.
Okay,
So
that sounds close.
Very close.
Sick.
It literally came down to, I think there was one Super 8 that didn't pay off that could have been the game changer for the Panaris. I actually have a highlight if you're interested. So this could have been the game changing Super 8 for Paneri.
All right, here we go. Super 8 final ticket. Okay, he fell over. He skipped. Hands up, clapping. He's
Successfully
happy.
defended.
Right.
So basically, if this guy got his hand over that line,
wow!
if he made it over, well, he touched it, but he didn't quite get over.
Does his whole his finger has to get
Yeah,
over
he has to
the
get
whole
over
of
the line. So this was literally if this could have been the turn of the game.
Wow, that is a thriller.
That's
It's sort of like NFL with no ball and no point.
And tag and Red Rover.
Yeah, but in the sense that he's reaching for the line in a thrilling
it's like
moment.
the end zone.
Okay,
That's it.
well done to the Debang Delhi.
And yeah, Debang Delhi and essentially just another fun stat for all those at home playing along. Debang Delhi's coach, Jayden Daniels, I can't be pronouncing that right, but he essentially made history because he's now the first man in PKL history to win the championship both as the player and the head coach. Not in the same, like obviously he was in season 8, but
legend.
First coach to do it.
He's a legend of the game.
Top in the charts.
All right. Well, the big question now is, what are you going to do with yourself now that Kabaddi's done?
I mean, not a setup segue, but I it's not obscure sport, but I'm knee deep in Street Skateboarding League, so I've always followed the SLS.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. I've always watched it. So
that's the first I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, so it's kind of the most mainstream skateboarding competition, I would say.
Okay.
So their finals is called the Super Crown. So that's in. Ooh, where is the Super Crown?
Is it like the Olympics where they're 14-year-olds that are the best at it?
No, like it's largely like the generations have stayed as the main players. So they're all kind of in the 30s now. And there is some youngins. So Jin Woo is like a young Japanese boy who's literally, I think he's 15 and he just won the Las Vegas event, the last event in Las Vegas.
Yep.
So 15-year-old smashed all the 30-year-olds that have been doing it.
Is Bob Burnquist still going?
No.
What about Kareem Campbell and Bucky Lasek?
No, I feel like them and Tony Hawk and Steve Caballero, they're all in the YouTube scene
Jeff
now.
Rowley.
Helping the youngins. But they're all still on the YouTube scene.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But it was my biggest regret last year is the SLS came to Sydney in 2024.
Oh, you didn't go?
No, I didn't go. But now they've just announced, not that this season's finished yet, but they've announced and opened pre-sales for next year in 2026. I've bought my tickets for Sydney next year in Feb.
Nice. When did you buy those tickets?
Today. Literally today.
And are you going by yourself or?
Yeah, currently just going solo.
Right.
Not enough popularity for the old.
Didn't want to? No?
I mean...
Too much me during the week? I mean, it could have been great content for the show, that's what I'm saying.
You just weren't picking up you didn't pick up Kabaddi. I just assumed skateboarding's in that category.
No, I'll go along.
Yeah.
It's all for the good of the content.
That's it.
All right. Well, that's... I mean, at least you really are into that sport. I know you sort of started joking about Kabaddi and now you are unironically into it.
That's it.
Watching it on the weekend.
I do intend to find another obscure sport that needs to be hoisted into mainstream media on Australian turf.
Can you hoist this show into mainstream while you're at it?
Yeah, true. Let's start with the show.
Yeah, let's start promoting our own cause first. Now, speaking of mainstream sports, boy, oh boy, what a week of sport. It was the MLB World Series won by the Dodgers back-to-back, the first team to go back-to-back since the 2000 Yankees, and an unpopular win, Jimbo, because everyone likes to see the underdogs. Of course, the Dodgers fans are ecstatic, but the Blue Jays, they came close. And we're going to have Rolsey on the show from the Baseball Expats podcast later on to talk us through that. We'll go into more detail. Crazy game. If you haven't seen the highlights for Game 7, make sure you do. They don't often go to Game 7 either. It was the first time since 2019 that the World Series went to 7 games. So have a decider. The first time a decider was outside of the US, so this was in Toronto. So disappointed the local crowd. It was huge. It was an incredible game of baseball. We've got the Australian Ashes squad being announced this week. There was a crazy day of NFL today, a big weekend of EPL with some more changes near the top and the bottom. F1's coming up this week in Brazil. We've got Champions League Wednesday and Thursday. Australia and India played in the cricket yesterday. It's all happening. Where should we start? Oh,
I mean, if you want to start with baseball, we do have Rolsey on the line.
Rolsey's here. Perfect.
We do.
I didn't know when he was coming on. G'day, Rolsey. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, good, mate. First in, best dressed.
Absolutely. You're always on time. Now, we were just saying it was an incredible Game 7. You are one half of the Baseball Expats podcast. The other half is Eric Bollner. And he's a Blue Jays fan, and he's heartbroken, so I didn't want to get him on and stir up those feelings because, like you said to me today, you're not sure if he's out of the fetal position yet.
Look, I haven't actually spoken to him. Like me, Eric, and Spoon all have, I mean, obviously throughout the year, collectively a group chat where, you know, we talk during the day, like in a normal regular season day. And obviously throughout the postseason, that chat has been very, very active. But in the last 24 hours, it has been dead quiet. So not really sure where Eric is or what he's doing. I hope he's okay. I mean, we know whenever the Toronto Maple Leafs got knocked out of the NHL playoffs, he went to a cabin in the woods for like 2.5 days on his own, took 2 bottles of whiskey and his dog with him, and we didn't hear from him for 2.5 days. So, look, if that was in a quarterfinal, I don't know what you do when your team loses in, you know, the 11th inning of a World Series. But I heard you guys talking just before, and I don't know that this was the World Series that Major League Baseball wanted, but it's, I think, a World Series that heading toward a collective bargaining agreement and heading toward a time in baseball where there could be some realignment and a lot of things changed, that a lot of fans came back to the sport. And it was because the baseball was so good. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't Yankees Dodgers like it was last year. It was Dodgers and Blue Jays, but it wasn't the Dodgers of last year. It was a Dodgers team that was really beaten up. Dave Roberts didn't trust his bullpen. You had starting pitchers pitching essentially the last 3 games of the World Series in relief. So it was a masterclass in management from Dave Roberts. Even though it's a team that's got a $400 million payroll, there was just a lot of guys out there he didn't trust. So with all the rule changes that have happened in baseball the last 8 to 10 years, I think this was a series that was 2 old school guys managing the best way they knew how to try and get their team across the line. Like, this was not, the record will state that this was a $400 million roster that won a World Series.
Yep.
But it wasn't overpowering by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, this was a team that I think was 7 for 42 with runners in scoring position in the World Series, which is the worst ever. Not only by a World Series winning team, it's the worst ever that a team has been with runners in scoring position, full stop, and they won it.
And they very nearly
lost
as
it
though
they
too.
Just
sorry, Rosie.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not as though this was just they paid the most. Their team's the highest paid. They go on, they win the World Series. This was way different, and I think there's a lot of baseball purists that watch this World Series and will come back to the sport that may have been put off by a few rule changes and other things that have happened in the last, sort of decade to decade in baseball.
Yeah, well, they almost lost it in the ninth. There was a very close call as to whether it was a Blue Jays run, and then it goes to the extra innings, goes to the 11th, and of course we know what happens there. Will Smith, not that Will Smith, the other Will Smith, he hit the winning home run by a margin. I was going to say he's the most popular Will Smith in the country, but nobody wanted the Dodgers to win. So maybe the other Will Smith is the most popular Will Smith again, even though his credit is on the decline. I don't know, Rosie.
It's funny. I've seen a lot of things that are like, what a comeback. A guy from Will Smith, who was hated 4 years ago for slapping Chris Rock in the face, and now he's a World Series.
That's right.
A World Series hero. But I just what I'm so worried about is that this Blue Jays team, they weren't supposed to do this year.
Yep.
They weren't supposed to be this good this year. And oftentimes when we see a team overperform, in a year where they're not supposed to be as good, they don't lift again the next year. The one thing that people don't talk about in baseball is how hard it is to go back to back. I mean, you mentioned it there. It hasn't been since the 98, 99, 2000 Yankees that were completely stacked that have done this. And that's
Mm.
because it's a 6-game season or a 6-month season that starts 2 months before that. It's spring training and goes 2 months after that if you make the playoffs. So it is legitimately 10 months of baseball. And to do that, to emotionally get up, to be able, no other sport in the world that's like that, maybe the EPL. It's why the EPL is probably just as difficult to go back to back in.
Yep.
Because you essentially have 4 or 5 weeks off and then you're straight back into it. So teams just don't go back to back. But what's not talked about enough is the hangover of going to a game 7. I mean, you think about these guys were training together in February and they get to a game 7. They're 2 outs away from winning a World Series and they don't do it.
Yeah.
How does that hangover and how does that sort of affect a team going into February next year? And that's what I worry about with the Blue Jays is can they get back up for it in a year? Probably 2026 is probably the year that Blue Jays fans were actually looking forward to say maybe that's the year that we could potentially win a World Series. They should have won one in 2025. So can they get back up for a year next year, or will it ho-hum be the Dodgers win 3 straight, just like that Yankees dynasty did back in the late 90s?
Well, to use your soccer analogy, or football analogy, I should say, on an international show, it does happen quite often that teams go back to back. I think it's more of a lopsided financial model in world football. I know there are some advantages in baseball as well, but perhaps more so in world football, which is why teams do back up. But to loop back to who we were talking about in the intro, Ajax. Now, speaking of a close loss ripping the guts or the heart out of a team, these guys, they only needed 6 points from the last 5 games in the Eredivisie, their Dutch Premier League last year. They got to the final day and they lost it. They conceded a goal in the 95th minute and lost the title. And they are a shell of their former selves. On paper, they should be better than they are, but now they're struggling in the league, they're struggling in the Champions League, and it's that psychological factor of we were so close, and now we have to do all of that work again just to get there with no guarantee of winning it. And that's the beauty and the agony of sport, I guess. But before we let you go, Rolsey, can you just very quickly explain why do people hate the Dodgers so much? Why were people rooting for the Brewers Mariners World Series that didn't happen because they both lost in the championship series?
Oh, look, I think it's the same in any sport around the world. Like if there is a team that has been there and done that for so long and so often. I mean, in the NRL this year, there would have been teams cheering for Penrith to not get to the grand final, right? Because we've seen Penrith play in the grand final for 5 consecutive years and win it for 4 straight. So I think there's a lot of that has to do with it. I think it's also the LA factor. I think people see it as very flashy. And, if it's people love to hate LA, they love to hate New York. Like that's just the way that it is because baseball is a very regional sport. And it's why Major League Baseball loves to have those 2 teams in the World Series because all of a sudden it makes it not regional. You get the 2 largest markets playing for it. So I think forever the Dodgers were irrelevant because they had an ownership group that even though they probably should have been competitive every year, they just weren't because they weren't spending money. And now all of a sudden the Dodgers are spending money again. They're good. It's flashy. The second biggest market in the U.S. is relevant again. I think it's just a trendy and easy thing to hate. But like I said, if anything, I think this World Series has given me more respect for the Dodgers as a franchise and as a team because they didn't do it on the sheer weight of a huge payroll. Miguel Rojas, who should not have been on the World Series roster and probably hasn't hit a home run since 2009, hits the home run that ties the game in the 9th inning of all people, right? And like he could have been on any roster at any point this year or not been on any roster at any point this year. So baseball's the ultimate equalizer. It's a sport that rewards hard work over time. And I think that's what we saw with the Dodgers. And again, that's what I worry about with the Blue Jays going into next season. But all that said, an incredible World Series from my memory, the best World Series that we've seen in the last 10 years, because I think everybody, even non-baseball people, yourself included, were gripped by what was happening because there was a big market team. There was Canada's team. There was a lot of different storylines going into it. One of the best World Series that I've ever seen. And hopefully our good friend Eric Ballmer is up off the floor and out of the fetal position come spring training in February.
Sending you our best, Eric. Thanks, Rolsey. Rolsey's from the Baseball Expats podcast, so tune in there wherever you get your podcast. We'll speak to you soon, mate. It's a good wrap. It's a good wrap of what was an incredible World Series. Now, let's have a look at some world football. I did tease it before. We have Champions League coming up, just behind your head there, Jimbo. I mean, I'm just really showing off my handiwork there. There may be another YouTube channel coming soon that dives into some football, a bit of Premier League, but mainly international football and Champions League. I've been at Officeworks printing some things out, and what do you think? Does it look nice?
Not bad. So you laminated these yourself, did you?
Yes. Why?
Nice. Oh, I'm just looking at your handiwork. Arts and crafts.
Are they a little off, are they?
No, they're good.
Oh, thanks.
They're good. Just looking fancy.
Okay. All right. Let's introduce the split screen again, Jimbo. There's enough of you just snidely commenting on my handiwork because I don't trust that was genuine. Actually, we are quite different in our personalities, and I meant to show you this. You're quite, can't think of a nice word, finicky?
Fastidious?
Fastidious? Yes, fastidious. I am quite...
chaotic.
Yep.
Messy.
Check out my box of matches. Have a look
here we
inside
go.
there, would you? and show, once you see it, show the camera. What do you think of my system in that box?
It is, well, it's now all over my laptop.
All the ash.
It is a fire prone box of used matches with...
There's some good ones in there. Unused.
There is specifically 2 unused matches in a box of at least 30 blackened used matches.
Well, not only is it a box of matches, it's also a fun game because you have to find a fresh one. So,
and then in the case where you're in emergency and you're like, oh, I need a match. And then
what
you
will be
shake
my
the box.
emergency where I need a match?
The power outage we're very likely to have due to this storm.
I got a phone on
True.
3% battery. Do you ever start a day, because I've sent you the odd screenshot and you've commented, A, on my low battery at 9 a.m. And B, on my...
And red count.
Yeah. Are you happy with my systems?
Well, I mean, you don't have a system. I think that's the fundamental...
Maybe that's the system. It's just one big system.
Having no system.
Hey, man, I'm an ideas man, all right? You get the tech going. I'm an ideas man. How many unread messages did I have the other day in the screenshot I sent you?
Due to the bug or not the bug? It was like 157 on the back button.
Oh, that's not the real number.
That was like the bug number. It was like 357?
Something like that.
Something like that.
What's your unread email count?
I mean, that, to be fair, that's the one that's like, if it's my bad email of just marketing crap, it's probably 340 maybe.
Wow. That's a lot. Not as much as me.
I was going to say, yours is in the tens of thousands.
Yeah, I've cracked the 20 before. Yeah, that was a big milestone. Not as many views as we had on TikTok today, though. Anyway, EPL. What happened in the EPL over the weekend? Arsenal win again. They're on an incredible winning streak. They just can't concede goals. They are immune to letting goals in. They won 2-0 over Burnley. In 10 matches, they've conceded only 3 goals. So they are flying. Liverpool finally got back to winning ways after 5 games in all competitions without a win, 4 games in the league. They beat Aston Villa 2-0. Wolves sacked their manager, Vitor Pereira. He's gone. 10 games, no wins for the Wolves. So he's out of here. Chelsea beat Tottenham, my team. We were starting to struggle, as they always do. Early season promise, and then it all just falls apart. And incredibly, if Sunderland beat Everton tomorrow, Sunderland goes second. Man City are currently second, but Sunderland, the team that was in League One just a couple of years ago, could go second in the Premier League. One other game I really wanted to highlight is Nottingham Forest versus Man United. Now, this was a 2-2 draw, which sounds, run of the mill. It was a good game to watch, but beyond that, why would you care? Well, Jimbo, there's a man, he goes by the name of the United Strand on Instagram, and I'd love you to pull him up. His real name's Frank Eilert. I've been chatting with him. I'm hoping to get him on the show at some point. He's a good man, but he's in high demand at the moment. Now, you may recognize, if you're a social media user, the United Strand, because there he is. He embarked on a challenge of not cutting his hair until Man United win 5 games in a row. And they've been struggling.
They haven't won.
He was pretty much bald when this started. And I love this experiment, A, because he's a funny dude. It looks ridiculous, and the whole world is behind him. He's got like 800,000 followers or something crazy. But also because I've tried to grow my hair on many occasions, Jimbo, and it never looks good in that interim phase. And I realize now Frank is doing the research work on my behalf.
That says, if I just grow it that a little bit longer, it'll work out.
It'll never fall.
Nah,
it will never fall.
It will never work out.
So that's where he's at the moment. I think he's at day 370. He started over a year ago. And the reason the draw was so significant is that they had won 3 games in a row for the first time in ages, Man United. And they were playing Nottingham Forest, which is the team that Ange Postecoglou, the Australian manager, was sacked from only a few weeks ago. So they were nowhere. They're not a good team at all. They're right down the bottom. And Man United drew 2-2, and it has to be 5 wins in a row. So it resets, James. He's now at 0. Frank is at 0, and it starts all over again. So,
I mean, it's likely at this point the season will finish without it, right? What's the
we're only a third of the way through it, but
how many games do they have?
They'll play, in all competitions, they'll play 40-odd, and they've played 12-ish. So they're probably a quarter of the way through their allocated games.
Brian, how likely are we talking that it is that they get through the season without that streak?
I think it's an 80% chance they don't do it.
So is the plan he just keeps rolling?
Oh, yeah.
Did he start it this season or no?
No, last year.
Oh,
it's
last
over
year.
a year
Okay,
old.
so he's already on his second season.
He is. He's day 370 or something.
I wonder if he's over this. Like, is he over the bit?
Well, he said he was heartbroken in the message and in the Instagram video, and he did look pretty flat. But I also think it's quite a source of income for him at the moment with all the appearances and things. So
where do you go from here?
And I did try and get him on the show this week, but he's been so flat out with media because everybody thought this is it, it's finally ending.
Yeah.
And now it starts again. I mean, it may never finish. It's like tennis. Like sometimes you think
You've
games
either
will
got
never
to call
finish.
it. That's it. We do have our next caller online.
Oh.
We've got Ben from Adelaide.
Ben, how are you, my friend?
Ben from Adelaide.
This was not Adelaide. Sorry, I gave the wrong information there. No,
come on, mate.
You're up in the Sunshine State, aren't you?
Now in Brisbane. It used to be Ben in Saudi Arabia.
That's right.
Ben in Brisbane. Ben's everywhere. It'll be Ben in Seoul tomorrow. So
I'll
have to call in. I'll have to call in next week.
Goodness me. What's going on in Seoul? Is this business or pleasure, Ben?
It's a bit of pleasure.
Oh, very nice.
Was trying to get tickets for South Korea versus Ghana on Friday, but it's not as easy as I thought. So we'll have to update you guys on the situation there. But wanted to talk a bit of football.
Let's do it.
Since you guys are on that topic.
Yep.
Copa Libertadores has the final at the end of November. So that's going to be between Flamengo and Palmeiras.
Yep.
Which should be an interesting one. Two of Brazil's best teams right now. So I think you guys should be keeping an eye on that one because that's South America's basically Champions League equivalent.
Yep.
And in other news, we had a absolute thrashing in the FIFA Unites Cup where Tunisia beat Libya 16-0.
We got Ben on video. We can't see him up there, Jim.
No, he's just on audio.
He's saving the face reveal for next time. So,
you can do it live from Seoul. Yes, what was that cup? It's a women's.
So I actually had to look this up because I couldn't find results anywhere. They were just posting the fixtures and they didn't post any of the results. So I even had to go on AI and try and see what the results were.
Yep.
So we had a 16-0, which was the I guess the biggest victory. But then there was a 7-1 and the final was a respectable 1-0.
Yep.
But I actually found out it's from like sanctioned countries. So they've taken people like from Afghanistan who are not in Afghanistan and brought them together to play in these games. So
what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
It's like, well, obviously it was a women's tournament. So
yep.
I don't think women are allowed to play football right now in Afghanistan. So they did selection processes for 3 weeks, apparently, around the world in different countries and then brought them all together for this cup. So that explains some of the diabolical defending.
Mate, I have got a video somewhere. Hang on, that's why I'm on my phone. I'm going to flick it through to Jimbo. Let's. How do I do that? Let's share copy link because this is worth the wait. I'll put it on the Slack thread there, Jim. Because I have seen this, Ben, and I think it's worth watching the highlights of this 16-0 drubbing. So I've just
it's some fantastic,
just sent that through.
Some fantastic ability.
Now I'm assuming the goalkeeper, the poor lady, was called up from some sort of, I don't know. I mean, I don't think she was pulled up from a professional soccer squad anywhere.
She was probably called up from the canteen. She looks like she makes a mean dinner, but
let's have a look at the highlights. What do we got?
She had the Edgar Davids
flick across, Jimbo.
Glasses on too.
Edgar Davids. Here's the first one. Oh no.
Mama Barker, she spills it right on the tail.
That's all right. It's only early. That's only one goal. I'm sure she'll bounce back. That's all right. That's not her fault, Ben. That was far post. Can you hear us, Ben?
Yeah, I can hear you. But
he won't have the video, though.
I don't have the video.
Oh, you can't see the video. Okay, well, we're 3-0 at the moment. Let's just watch a couple more because I think there's the best one. Oh! All right, that's enough. The one where she gets lost, Ben, in the corner, where she comes out and turns her back to the ball and then is just left floating in the middle of the box.
It was like an SNL skit. Like, you know, one of those things like the Scott Sterling classic joke. It was like that, except it was not a joke.
Is Scott Sterling the one where he keeps getting hit in the head and in the nuts?
Yeah, and then they keep on getting him in a chair or something in front of the penalties and stuff.
Oh, diabolical!
It's a quality one, but FIFA really is not publishing those results, and even though Infantino said it was such a success, couldn't find anything about fixtures, nothing on social media about the 16-0. Where I saw that video was a Russian Instagram channel that posted it.
That you follow, or just happened to stumble across?
It popped up in my feed, and the algorithm does know me. It does know what I like. So it recommended me that specifically.
That tickled Ben in every possible
I went to the comments, and then I saw comments are limited on this post, and you were like,
"Oh, you know trouble's brewing in the video if the comments are turned off." You know, oh my gosh,
it's just saying, why was this recommended to me? There's another thing as well. We're speaking of football.
Yeah.
In, I think, Norwegian, another thing that gets recommended to me in Norwegian.
Because you're never in one country, Ben. You literally are in another country every week. That's why your algorithm can't keep up.
You're going to see why.
You're a human VPN.
I mean, I use a VPN, which is a problem as well.
Oh, true.
So it always has a problem with the banking, but that's beside the point. So every now and then I get this Norwegian club recommended to me, and they have a match that finishes, and it'll say like 5-0, and then down the bottom will say slut. And
I know these posts. These
posts are fantastic. It's just you're just scrolling, and it's like 2-0 slut, and you're like, what is going on here? So every now and then you're just wondering what's going on here. It's all the abuse on social media, but it actually means slut.
Yes, schlut. FC schlut. That's right. Yeah.
It means the end, final. So it's like final score.
Oh, is that what it means?
They must be doing this on purpose.
100%.
They get so much engagement.
100%. There's one fluent English speaker who they hired for that media department who said, "Have I got the trick for you guys?" And they went for it. Yes, I've seen those posts as well. And now that we've said that in perfect English, I'm sure the algorithm will bury this episode. So,
mate, you weren't getting any ad revenue anyway, so it's all right.
Hey man, we just had 50,000 views on TikTok in one video today, so we're on our way, dude.
I'm not even on TikTok, so I have to check.
I'm not trying to be.
What was the TikTok video? What was the TikTok video?
I was just talking about this helmet, the Justin Tucker helmet that's now worthless because not only has he been removed from the NFL for alleged nefarious deeds, he also had his record broken today. So we spent $419 on that helmet. It's now worth about $6. And people,
I'll give you $5 for it with free express shipping to Brisbane.
Mate, join the queue. We've had about 100 offers in our inbox. After this, I have to spend hours passing through those messages. Like I've actually become a gum tree for one helmet worldwide. Very good, Ben.
Put it on eBay. All right, mate.
Thanks for the call, mate.
It's next week. Next week I might get the face on.
Please, I want an update from Sol if you do get there. I want to.
I need a muscle cap, media, whatever cap to wear the game, man.
That's a good idea.
Come on, get some merch. Get some merch.
Get a ticket and I'll get you some merch. How's about that?
I need to learn Korean first. I'll get back to you.
All right, sounds good, mate. Thanks for calling in. See you, Betty. Oh boy, that's quite the round table of worldwide football. You know, when he was there's two things. Your camera's done that funny little trick again, Jimbo. I have been to Korea. I'm just talking to the people here. I've been to Incheon Airport, and Seoul, where Ben is going, is about 45 minutes from there. I've been to the airport. I got out, I stayed in Incheon, and I didn't get to Seoul. It's one of my greatest regrets. Your greatest regret, Jimbo, is not going to the skateboarding in Sydney 2 years ago, but you get to rectify that.
That's it.
I, for whatever reason on my work trip, even though I was there for 4 days, didn't go into Seoul. A 45-minute taxi ride. What an idiot.
Jeez.
I'll probably never go there now.
So where were you?
I was in Incheon, like at the little practice.
You were an
Motorsport.
Incheon away.
I was in Incheon away. Yeah, but it was a good little trip. I got to drive a BMW M4 on a practice BMW testing facility.
Wait.
That was cool. I should have just kept driving
to
all the way
let
to
it rip
Seoul.
or?
Yeah.
Wait. Manual or auto?
It was...
That's what the people want to know.
No, it was paddle shift.
Wait.
Yeah. I won't
Makes sense.
say exactly what I got up to because I don't want my previous employer to get in trouble. But needless to say, it was pretty cool.
Oh, it was pretty cool.
He reminded me, Benny, when he was talking about Russian football websites that were obscure and hard to find. I sent you a link earlier for the Kazakhstan Premier League.
You did
Because,
indeed.
goodness me, was that a result. I'll set the scene while Jimbo gets it up. It's very hard to find on YouTube. I only found a version in Kazakh. Is that their language? I assume they speak Kazakh in Kazakhstan, or do they speak Russian? I'm not sure. Let's go with Kazakh. Or Kazakhstani, I'm not sure. But it was the last day of their leagues. They run a different calendar than European leagues because of the weather there. So they had their last game of the league season last week. And Kairat, who was the team that's in the Champions League this year, they were leading the league. And Astana were coming second. All Kairat needed to do was draw. If they win or they draw, they win the league. Right? Simple. I could speak to you, Jimbo. If they win or draw, they win the league. Astana needed to win, and they would win the league. So it was a thriller, and it just so happened that they were playing each other on the last day. Now, here we are. We are in the 94th minute of 94 minutes, right? It's the last minute of the game. Let's roll this. Scores are level. The yellow team's Kairat, the blue team's Astana, and extra
So Kairat just need to draw or win.
Kairat just, if it ends 1-1, Kairat win the league, right? But if Astana score here, they win the league. And extra context is that Kairat beat Astana in the league last year by 1 point. So Astana want revenge.
Yeah. Okay.
One goal will do it. Let's roll the tape.
Последняя добавленная минута пошла.
There was no English alternative. And I did watch a fair portion of this game. I've got to say, it was pretty amazing. Right, here we go. Astana going forwards. Last roll of the dice.
будет мяч сейчас? Томасов оставляет Бартолицу. Бартолиц устремляется вперед.
Cross comes in.
Подача в штрафную.
Right, pause it.
Будет угловой.
That was going wide, right? That was going wide.
Yeah.
It was going to go out for a goal kick.
100%.
Kairat would have got the ball back.
Oh, now it's a corner, right?
Now it's a corner. Why did he stick his leg out, right? So that was a mistake. He panicked. He stuck his leg up. He kicks it. Roll the tape. It's now time for an Astana
Будет
corner.
угловой после касания Александра
It would have been
Брынского.
game over if he just let
Прибежит ли
that
сейчас
go.
Йосип Чондрич?
One
Вот
big
в чем
kick in the
вопрос.
middle and that
Может
was
быть,
it.
это последняя атака в этом сезоне.
So, now that it's
Марин
desperation
Томасов
stakes,
будет больше 9 километров
Astana
пробежал.
send
30
their
километров в
goalkeeper
час
up.
максимальная
Right, here he is.
скорость.
Convert.
8
They've got nothing to
спринтов.
defend.
Кто скажет, что ему
Goalkeeper
38
goes
лет?
forward. Corner incoming.
Башич подает.
One goal to win it.
Покажите нам, кто там в штрафной площадке. Есть и Чондрич в том числе.
Falls to the goalkeeper.
Чондрич, у кого мяч?
Ah!
Нету, Гладина!
He's missed it. It falls to the goalkeeper. It fumbles out to him. He has an open net. Replay that, James. He had an open net because the defending goalkeeper rushed out. Oh, you've got go to yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. He had an open net.
Yeah.
That was for the title. He just needed to put that in, and that was it.
Вынос мяча.
Now, is that the most?
Кого мяч? Нету, там
Oh,
перед
my
Гладина!
goodness.
Какой
Now,
момент
look, he's
сейчас
in
было
instant
вторые,
tears,
она
and
Кипр
even
благодарит Марина Томасова за
even the
эту
rival goalkeeper's
оплошность, за то,
consoling
что
him
не
straight away.
хватило ему каких-то миллиметров,
All right.
сантиметров для того,
So
чтобы
that's
забить.
how the Kazakhstan Premier League ended. And I searched for that video for a while. Not easy to find Kazakhstani Premier League, but I found it, and I just read like a random headline that, Kairat win the Kazakhstan Premier League. I think it was just AI generated. So I thought, the game mustn't have been very exciting. And then I see that, one of the greatest finishes you'll ever see.
Well, greatest.
One of the poorest finishes you'll ever see.
True, yeah.
Heartbreaking, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you hate to be that fella straight after that miss.
Poor fella. Yep.
Instant.
What if? So that's Kazakhstan Premier League. Whew, that's big. What else have we got? We talked a little bit of football. Let's not spend too much time on that. Let's get to cricket because there's a lot of news happening in the cricket world. Australia, India are playing the T20s at the moment. Jimbo, Australia.
Careful.
Yeah.
Let's not.
The great Indian cricket team.
Let's not tee off.
Virat Kohli did not play. He did not play. He's not playing T20s anymore. Probably not playing ODIs after last week either.
We both know what that means.
Yes, we just nod, just smile and nod. James doesn't watch much.
I agree.
Australia lost last night. India beat Australia quite comfortably. 5 wickets, 9 balls remaining. They chased the runs down. But the big news this week in cricket, other than the Indian women's team winning the World Cup over South Africa, is that the Australian Ashes squad for the first test will be announced. Now, Jimbo, indulge me. Allow me to go single cam whilst I run some of these cricket fans through what's happening with this Australian team, because we know Pat Cummins is out. Right? Cummins is gone for the first test. I think he's gone for tests 2 through 5 as well. Australia's captain. Stress fractures in his back. He probably won't play. So they have to get used to that. Scott Boland comes in as the natural replacement. There are other bowlers that are knocking the door down. Brendan Doggett, maybe. He just came back from a hamstring, took 6 for 48 for South Australia. There are pretty good fast bowling stocks. That's not the area of concern. We know that for Australia, the area of concern is the opening batsman. Usman Khawaja, he scored 87 in the Sheffield Shield during the week. We know that he will play. Even though he's getting on in years, he will play. Marnus Labuschagne, he is leading the Sheffield Shield tally by 40 runs. He's flying. He's averaging 85. He'll probably, maybe bat 3. Will he open? I don't know. They're still looking for that other guy to open the batting. Uzi Khawaja has recommended Matt Renshaw, who scored 29 on the weekend. Sam Constas won't play because he has been pretty poor so far in the Sheffield Shield. There's all sorts of names going up and down, left, right and centre. Curtis Patterson, Marcus Harris. It's the biggest mystery at the moment. Jake Weatherald, at the age of 31, might make his test debut in the Ashes as an opener. So we don't know. We don't know what's going on there with the Australian squad. We also don't know what's happening with Cam Green. Now, the prodigious all-rounder has played some good cricket at test level. Has he produced enough? Would it be unfair to label him as sort of a Shane Watson type that was labelled this incredible all-round talent that then got injured, couldn't bowl much, was okay with the bat? He's a little bit of an odd one at the moment. He has hardly bowled in the last 2 games, so Cam Green probably won't bowl to start the Ashes. And if he's not bowling and he's not batting that well, which he's not in the Sheffield Shield, where does he go? Do they play Bo Webster instead? So a few issues, Jimbo, with the Australian squad. Last week we spoke about the Ashes trophy, the size of the Ashes trophy. Have you seen the Channel 10 news segment where a guy called Mark Aston was talking about the Ashes urn? Mark Aston, Aiston. This is a classic clip, and I think a few people that are watching would know this straight away. It is a laughably sized trophy, right? It's not a new take to say that. Probably why the video on social media didn't perform that well, because it wasn't very original. So lesson learned. But let's have a look at this video entitled An Awkward Moment.
And England skipper Andrew Strauss arrived in London, proudly showing off the little urn. I'll spend 4 days at home before flying out for the World Cup. And Belinda, I just can't understand how something so small can be so impressive.
Well, Mark, you would know about that. Thank you very much. Weather's next with Jane Riley, but first, here's George Negus.
Go back to his face. How brutal is that?
Well, Mark, you would know about that. Thank you very much.
He just keeps staring.
I wish to stay on that cam. There's no way he's broken that gaze. You what?
And then just the brutal, thank you very much. Who's she thanking and why?
She doesn't in the moment seem to realise it. Does he realise it at all internally? I just love...
She must know.
To be fair, did he not also sound slightly patronising, talking about, oh, he's holding his little urn?
That's probably what piqued her interest. And then when he opened the door, boy, she ran through it.
She must be a big fan and, I bet you'd know about little things, mate. Powered his little urn.
I mean, that is extraordinary.
That's cool.
What else is happening in the... That was Alex, for a caller from last week who sent that video in and reminded me of that.
That's cool.
Brilliant. There's a lot else happening in the world of sport. The NFL, we had another crazy day. The headline story, Jimbo, is the horrible injury to Jayden Daniels. Now, let's show it. Let's show it.
I have not seen
this,
but I've heard of it.
For those who are squeamish, you may not want to see this. And for those who don't follow the NFL, Jayden Daniels is a second-year quarterback. He had a brilliant year in his first year last year. And they made playoffs and they went deep. It's not been a good year this year. He has had a couple of injury problems. Not only did he get injured in a gruesome manner today, which will probably rule him out for the rest of the season, and with him being absent, go the Washington Commanders' hopes. They won't come back. They had slim playoff chances already. They hadn't had a good start. They won't make playoffs without Jayden Daniels. The extra acrimony on top of this injury is that head coach Dan Quinn was playing Jayden Daniels. He was keeping him in the game, despite them being down by... Have they got the score there? I think they were down by 20-something points, almost 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, right? So they can't win the game. They're not going to win the game, the Commanders. Normally what you do when the game is beyond your reach, you take your superstars out. You don't keep playing your star quarterback because you don't want to risk an injury.
And here's why.
Well, look away now if you do not want to see this.
As the Seattle defensive coordinator, McDonald calls the defense. Dirty is the coordinator. Good move by Daniels to get away from the first hit, but
the replay's brutal.
Washington quarterback was hurt.
I can't stand the slow-mos. Even on the ground, that doesn't look good.
I don't actually. You know what?
So
on second thoughts, pause it. Don't actually play the slow-mo replay. You can look it up if you want yourself. It is brutal. It's brutal. And I'm not rejoicing in that at all. Obviously, you never want to see anybody get hurt. Jayden Daniels is a star. Seems like a good dude as well. So it's a shocker. I hope he gets back because he's so much fun to watch. And goodness me. So people are going crazy at Dan Quinn, the Washington Commanders coach. His own fans are very angry that Daniels was playing. Why would you keep your star quarterback in the game that late when you can't win it? There's more history with this team as well. When they were the Redskins, the Washington Redskins, there's a guy called RG3, Robert Griffin III, who had some knee injuries in his rookie year going into a playoff game. Knee issues, they decided, the medical staff there, to play him, and he was hobbled. He got hit again on that knee and was not looking right. They put him out there again, and there's a horrible, horrible moment where it all buckles and goes wrong. And RG3, after an incredible rookie year, was never the same. And he left Washington on bad terms because they, in his mind, didn't look after him. I think it's clear for everyone to see from the footage that they didn't do the right thing. And now, this same franchise, different mascot name, but same franchise, they've sort of done it again. There wasn't the pretext in that he hadn't had a weak elbow to start with. But still, why are you playing your star quarterback in that scenario? Disaster. Utter disaster. Crazy other games as well. Outback Quarterback podcast tomorrow. We'll go through it all. But the scores, or some of them, the Bears beat the Bengals 47-42. The Bears were up by 15 points. The Bengals come back in the last quarter. In fact, they scored 15 points in 49 seconds of the game, which is ridiculous. I don't know how you can even do that. But it's the Bears, so they let teams in all the time. Bengals took the lead, and then somehow Caleb Williams finds Colston Loveland to escapes a tackle for a 58-yard touchdown to win it back for the Bears. So big win for them. They roll on. The Panthers shocked the Packers. Now, we normally have some Packers fans who ring this show. Adam Lambert is a man who is a passionate listener to everything Muscle Cat Media. And I love Adam. I love our Packers fans, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear from Packers fans tonight. I mean, you can call in. The link is down below. It's in the description of this video. So please, Adam, if you are watching, call in. If anybody else wants to talk NFL tonight, call in as well, because I know we have a lot of passionate fans out there. The Steelers beat the Colts. The Colts were 7-1 before today. Their season was going perfectly. Then they got beaten 27-20 by a defensive effort by the Steelers. That's Steelers football. That's how they play their football. Tough. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. Those guys just causing a ruckus. The Jags beat the Raiders by 1 point in overtime. The Bills beat the Chiefs. That's my team. The Bills, Jimbo, have beaten the Chiefs 5 regular season games in a row, but the Chiefs have beaten the Bills 4 playoff games in a row. Oh. So as a Chiefs fan to Bills fans, you can have your regular season success. We'll take the playoffs. Wins. Thank you very much. But the Bills are a good team, and they should go far this year. The Pats, the New England Patriots, they're back. Now, for people who have taken a little bit of a sabbatical from NFL or follow it loosely, who's the one player that everybody knows in the NFL?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Champion, superstar, more Super Bowls than any player. New England Patriots legend, retires from there, comes back, goes to the Bucs, wins another Super Bowl. So the one player and team that you know is Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. He's been gone from the Patriots for 4 or 5 years now, and they have been searching and searching for their quarterback. They've been in the wilderness a little bit, trying to regain the pride that they had as an organization. Well, it hasn't taken long. It looks like second-year quarterback Drake May is the real deal. They're 7-2.
Back-to-back wins, top of the AFC East.
Top of the AFC East. Now, Chris Hall, my co-host on the Outback Quarterback podcast, or one of my co-hosts, he had a thing called a gutsy call. That's our segment, the gutsy calls. And he said, and we laughed at him, that the Patriots would win all 4 games of theirs in October and be top of the division. The division that includes the mighty Buffalo Bills. And he was right. They're 7-2 in their top. So the Pats are back. They're back. The Vikings upset the Lions in a big NFC North matchup, and the Cowboys-Cardinals play tomorrow. So that's what's going on there. Formula One, Jimbo. We've spoken a bit of Formula One here lately.
That's it.
It is the Brazilian Grand Prix this week, which is an absolute dog of a schedule for Australians. It's on at about 3:30 a.m. on Monday morning.
Is that in Brazil? Or?
Yes, it is in Brazil. Yes, geography is always your strong point. And we know Oscar Piastri is down by a point. Lando Norris leads by 1. Max Verstappen's still there. He's 36 points behind Norris. There's 4 races to go. Brazil, Las Vegas, Qatar, Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
This could almost decide it. If Piastri has a shocker, if Norris wins, if Verstappen doesn't close the gap, this could be the one that's decisive.
By close the gap, is it point system based on time difference?
Nah, point system. So it's 36 points is the difference. And for a win, you get 25.
Okay.
So best case scenario for Verstappen, who's in third, if he wins and both Norris and Piastri either don't finish or don't score points, then Verstappen will take the 25 points. He'll be 12 points off the lead.
Yep.
And if it's that close with 3 races to go, it's literally anyone's title. So, and he's going for a 5th in a row. Yeah.
Could be a nail biter.
Could be a nail biter. So if you can bear it, not many will get up at 3:30 Monday morning Australian time, but the KO Mini is always
Speaking of driving fast in the comments, BF Actor has booed you for not telling us how fast you went in the M4. But
194 kilometres per hour.
Snap.
Yeah.
Thanks for the clarification. I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah. Disappointed I didn't hit the 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
The straight ran out before I got a chance. Yeah. Or maybe I didn't accelerate early enough.
I was say, was it then harsh on the brakes to get around, or you were playing it safe?
No. Bit of this, bit of that.
Did you get sideways in it? Are we?
No. You got to respect that vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. We did do. There was a safety course, funnily enough, whilst we were there.
Yeah.
And we had to learn how to drift so that we could control the car. And yeah, we were doing drifting. Have you done proper drifting?
Yeah. Well,
I've
done rally drifting.
Rally drifting,
like so off road, in the rally cars. So I think I was in the.
That's a little easier because it sort of drifts for you.
No, disagree. Have you done it?
No. I've done heaps on video games.
Much harder than I thought it would be. It's not just get in the corner and hold the steer because it's all weight distribution. So if you're not on your brakes coming into the front, because it's front wheel drive, if you don't put the weight into those front wheels, you're going straight off the track. There is no drifting if you haven't transferred the weight. So if you haven't got your braking right, so if you just come off the throttle, turn, and then come on the throttle, you cooked.
Yeah.
So I found it was actually a lot harder than I thought it would be because a lot of the pre-course is just saying like, hey, it's your brake and acceleration that's helping you kind of balance the car so that your weight's in the right spot when you go into the turn.
Yeah, right.
It's actually the kind of thing I was like, oh, I could get into this. It was more technical than I thought it'd be.
Okay. Listen to my Calls Rally podcast for anybody who's interested in World Rally.
We'll have to get him on next weekend to confirm my rally driving experience.
Was this a very controlled environment? Like you were just on a big dirt pad? No,
it was like an outdoor track up in, like it's one of those like skydiving, buying a rally experience.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And then you got to do a hot lab with one of the guys know what they're doing and you're like, so you fumble around trying to get used to the course, then you jump in with them, you're like, ah.
I tell you what I have been in. I was a passenger in a course car for Targa Tasmania Rally. Now, the Targa Tasmania is a tarmac rally. Are you familiar with Targa?
I heard the name, but are we talking like V6? Are we like little formula things or?
There is all sorts. It's all sorts of classes and things, but it's like there's a touring component where they just go from stop to stop, but there's a serious racing component where a lot of Tasmania gets shut down and they're flying through the forest.
That's a risky one, right?
Very risky. Yeah, there's been some tough stuff in the Targa, but it's a world famous event. It's a really cool event. It certainly wasn't its prime anyway, and I was in a course car following along. So the course car, basically, there's a medical car and a course car.
Yeah.
You're the last port of call, going through the course, somewhat trying to keep up with the very last car, make sure there's no stragglers, nothing's gone wrong. There's nothing wrong with the course. There's no one who's gone off that hasn't been reported. But they don't just float along at 50 k's an hour through the forest. The course car goes, man. And when you're in no control of that and it's your first time in one of those, oh boy, going through the forest, it is a frightening experience.
I can imagine because watching the Adelaide 500 when I forget what it was, one of the I guess it was repair vehicles or something, but they had like a Ford F-150 or something that had gotten on the course to fang around to get somewhere, and that thing was flying.
Oh, absolutely. Mate, the safety cars, so the safety cars in Formula One and supercars, they're professional drivers. They are full professionals. They have to, I mean, you're going like 50 or 60% of a Formula One car's speed.
Yeah.
But that's ridiculous. Like, They're doing a lap quicker than anybody else could do.
Have they had a safety car spin out on prime time?
Ooh.
That would be a fun one. Wouldn't be.
I can't recall one.
Wouldn't be coming back, I'd imagine.
I can't recall one. There have
Just
been
pushed
issues
it a little too hard.
There have been issues where guys have complained about the pace of the safety car. It's too slow and it's backing them up too much. I don't know. Google it. Has there been a safety car who's spun? I know there's been a few. There have been a few streakers and people who've run across the track and done stupid things like protesters in Formula One before.
Yeah, makes sense.
Any evidence?
Yes, a Formula One safety car has spun out while going too hard. Most recently during a test run before the 2024 Italian Grand Prix.
Oh boy!
The Aston Martin safety car, driven by Bernd Maylander, crashed into barriers at the Monza circuit.
Oh no!
And while no one was seriously injured, the incident raised questions about potential causes like mechanical issues or driver error.
Yeah, can't burn.
Seems driver error.
He's been doing that for a while too. Your camera's gone again there, Jimbo.
Oh, classic.
Let's talk some rugby very quickly. Rugby League and Rugby Union, because Australia and England played in both. They played in both this week. Australia defeated England 14-4 in a scrappy old game. 3 sin binnings in that one, in the Ashes. They went 14-4. There was controversy about an obstruction penalty. The Australians ended up reclaiming the Ashes because it's a 3-game series. So 2 wins gets them the series. But there was also Rugby Union where England smashed the Wallabies 25-7. But what I wanted to get to, Jimbo, with the Rugby League is not the game itself, but there's a guy called Jarvo, who is a pitch invader, a professional serial pest. Peter Hoare, back in the 90s or early 2000s, was the original serial pest, where he would line up with teams and try and get in photos with Ashes squads and England World Cup squads. Yep. Let's have a look at Jarvo. Get Jarvo up on the screen because he was able to achieve quite the feat. There he is. There's his little fat face.
So as in he did something recently?
Yeah, in this game, like 2 days ago or yesterday, he got arrested.
We go, second of.
He was able to get in the line for the national anthem of Australia. He's a British dude. He decided to join the Aussies for a night. He's that infamous Musclecat Internet. There he is, Reece Walsh, superstar. Yep, there's the singer.
Yeah,
there he is. There's Jarvo, right next to Bo Munster.
Just looking around waiting for somebody to snatch him.
Look how nervous he is. And that little kid looks like Jarvo. That might be his kid.
How do you get onto the field with nobody paying attention?
I mean, it's equal parts funny and worrying, right?
So he's gone the route of saying, I'm not going to be a streaker and draw attention. I'm going to go the sneaky route.
Yeah.
Like just take the, can I just... He's the guy walking into a pub, not a pub, a backstage with a ladder looking like a tradie.
Yeah, but he's done it well.
Well, you got to give it to him.
I think he's done other sports as well. I think he might have done cricket or soccer. I'm sure Jarvo has has performed on the world stage in other sports as well.
Wow.
Got anything else there? I think it was cricket, and the quote was, I think he quoted himself as being the England's fattest cricketer in history. Which there've been a few portly fellas. Nothing coming up.
Too inundated with the latest news.
Well, he's possibly going to jail for that.
Wow. Yeah.
Arrested. I mean, especially when you do it over and over.
And the same with streakers. Like it's not even streakers, but like clothes on or not. Yeah, I feel like there's more ramifications than people realize. Like, get a criminal record as a result of it.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, I've had
Have you learned the hard way?
Well, somebody in high school I know did it, and it was a...
Tell us the story.
Yeah, it was basically a friend. I believe it was...
Let's call him Jay Womack. No, let's call him James W.
Bob Burnquist.
Okay, Bob Burnquist.
Bob, I believe he just... I think it may have been AFL, just jumped on, ran, tried to do the typical run as far as I can, and then take a tackle, but... I believe it was then just a conviction on his... It was had a result of a criminal record. I don't know what the official charge is.
Yeah, what is it?
I mean, I'm sure there's something you're violating, whether it's...
Is it trespass? That's not trespass. Public nuisance?
Like that. Public nuisance, maybe. But yeah, I believe it ended up as a conviction, and it's now just, hey, you got to ride out the 5 years or 10 years before it comes off the record.
About 13 years ago?
Maybe.
Was it in Adelaide?
I think so, because
Did he run on and then play came towards him and he turned around and ran straight off?
And I think he came off. He managed to get off, but they got him in the stands.
And then he was walking around the stadium and they took him Took them a while to get him.
Ooh, I can't
If so,
remember,
my
but
friend umpired that game.
It may. I mean, it would have been Adelaide, I believe. But
Wowzers.
there
Okay.
you go.
Yeah. Concerningly lax security.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I was umpiring a Sandful game once, a South Australian State League game of football. And this is when planking was all the rage.
Oh yeah.
So in local football, even
Planking.
state level.
Was this like 2010? When was
Yeah,
planking?
2010.
Yeah, about
Yeah, that's when it
2010.
was huge.
There you go.
And
In
man,
its
that's,
heyday.
that's the original Facebook craze, wasn't it? Planking?
True. Yeah. I've forgotten about planking till now. But go on.
So spectators can come on at 3/4 time. They can come on and watch the teams talk and all that sort of stuff and kick the footy or whatever. And then the siren goes, they have to get them off. And Weslow Security, who we nicknamed Weslow Security because of their awful track record and of just hiring literally anyone. Like Jarvo could have got a job for them. He would have been the quickest on the team. They're there trying to clear them out. But these two drunk fellas, they were in the middle of the oval, in the center circle, planking, right? Drunk, planking, hilarious, ha ha.
Yeah.
I'll take a turn, you take a turn. Fellas, you got to get off. Come on. A lady comes running over about 3 minutes late. Game should have started already.
Yeah.
And as she goes to yell at them, she trips and lands on her face in the middle of the center circle. And they both look at her and go, planking! It's classic.
That's epic. I mean, speaking of, now that you've brought it up, what's some of the infamous planking videos?
Wowzers.
Classic.
That's a good one. That's
Classic.
core strength on the middle of the...
Well, I feel like this guy's rocking the core strength.
Is this the least funny craze it's ever been?
Yeah, it's one of those things that went on for too long, and it's the like, yeah, the first thing was kind of funny, and then it just became a... All right.
And you know what? Carl. It reaches its inevitable conclusion when someone at school dies doing it.
Yeah, there's always
I'm
some.
pretty
Or
sure
do
there
it on
was.
do it on a balcony, and then...
I think that's what happened. I think that's exactly what happened.
And then Bob Burnquist, your uncle.
That's right. Bob Burnquist, your uncle. Was that pre or post Ice Bucket Challenge?
Pre.
I reckon. Did
Did
you ever get tagged in those Ice Bucket videos?
I don't know if I ever got called out, but I definitely never did it, I don't think. Did you do it?
Nah. Way too cool for that.
Nah, yeah.
You're an ice... Were you an ice bath guy at some point? You're a sauna guy now, but you would have been an ice
I'm
bath
definitely... Did a few ice baths, but just too inconvenient to do it consistently.
It's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm just a cold shower man, just to jolt you awake.
How do you know someone takes cold showers? Don't worry, they'll tell you. All right, that's rugby league. That's rugby union. MotoGP, this is not funny, James, so don't laugh at this. There was a horrible crash in the Moto3 last week at Malaysia. We will not bring it up because it's worse. It's even worse than the other video that we didn't show. But a young fella called Noah Detweiler, he was in a critical condition. He was in ICU. I believe they removed his spleen.
Whoa.
So it was the warm-up lap, the formation lap, basically, where they're testing their bikes or whatever. And he was going slowly, and the guy...
Oh, so this wasn't even in the race.
No, this was pre-race, yeah. And they were just getting to the grid. And I think his name's Jose Antonio Rueda, the guy who has actually won the series already. He was coming up quick behind him and must have been distracted by something on his bike, didn't see him, goes into the back of him, and horrible. So Detweiler, he suffered multiple cardiac arrests, all sorts, almost died. Apparently, he is communicating, he's out of ICU and all that sort of stuff. So that's very good news in the MotoGP world, but... Every now and then with that sport, it's always on the precipice of something really bad happening, and then every 5 or 6 years, something just awful happens. Like there's been deaths in that before, and it just reminds you how nuts this sport is. Because the crashes look awful, and so often they walk away from it.
And you can't improve. Like, what more can you do? You just... I
don't know.
You're floating on a tin can and you're going to fly off. Like, what else can you do when you... to protect a driver past what... Has there been innovations in the safety of MotoGP?
Yes, there's a suit that when it feels... I think what they wear now, when it
it
feels
does the
impact,
whole-
it inflates.
Yep.
So they've
seen
got those
those.
things.
Yep.
But it's not like in a car where you can have the Hans device, which secures your head to the backrest.
Yeah.
Like you say, you've got limited options. So yeah, that was pretty brutal, but there is some good news there. He's on the way. What else have we got? We've had our Kabaddi update.
That's it.
Yeah, we talked about your chokehold last week. We were trying to get vision of that. I thought you might have had that.
It'd be deep on a Nokia 316 somewhere.
Probably wouldn't be playable.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if you're you're definitely not, I assume, up to date with the snooker world, but...
Oh, snooks. Give us some snooks.
Yeah, Ronnie O'Sullivan's. He's made a comeback to the qualifying round of the international championships.
I
in
know that fella.
Nanjing. Yeah, he's
Well, not personally.
the face of snooker, basically. Absolute.
Is it a good
superstar.
looking face of snooker?
Oh,
Does he have a characteristic? Is it like a ponytail or glasses or something? Does he wear glasses?
No, that's Dennis Taylor.
Yeah.
Dennis Taylor is glasses.
He was like Coke bottle glasses, wasn't he?
Let me show. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty
Den?
noticeable glasses. Dennis Taylor.
The old.
They are, to be fair, they're snooker glasses, but yeah, they're.
What are snooker glasses?
So it's where they're basically frameless and they go way higher than your brow because when you're looking up when you're down.
That one, the one when he's in the little bow tie. Look at his glasses in the bow tie picture. Oh, Dennis, he's so cute.
But no, Ronnie is this fella.
Oh, he's the bad boy. Look at him.
Absolute superstar and bad boy
He's
of
sort of
snooker.
like the George Clooney of snooker.
Yeah, he's just always been the superstar and just absolute when he's smashing a 147 break, just cool as a cucumber, quick. So he just plays with absolute confidence.
Nice. So he's coming back. How long has he been out of the game for?
Not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, but he came back and did a very decisive 128 break in the final frame to win 6-5 against Alan Taylor. So it was kind of a big heel win as well. So
I don't know. I didn't understand much of that.
So heel, so it was like 5-5, and he won the last frame to put it over to 6-5 to make the win.
What's a 128 break?
127 break is basically it's the highest score you can get in snooker. So if you were to, let's say, break the rack in snooker and you proceed to basically not make a single mistake and pot every ball necessary, 127 is the highest score you can make in snooker.
So how do you beat it with a 128?
No, it's not that he beat somebody with a 128. He scored a 128.
But wait, is it like golf where a lower score is better?
No, higher score is better.
But you said 127 is the highest. How does he score a 128?
No, but you can only achieve a 127 if you don't miss a single ball. So that's unattainable for most players. That's not a thing that can be done easily. It's not like 8-ball where you just pot all the balls and you get that score, if that makes sense.
I may be missing something here. If 127 is the best you can do.
It's the highest score, yep.
How did he get a 128?
Because he didn't do the best he could do. What do you mean?
So 128 is worse than 127?
Well, yes, yeah. But you don't lose the match if you score a 128.
No, but I'm saying,
okay.
So a lower score is better in snooker.
No.
Is it? But how is 128 worse than 127 if a lower score is not better?
No, I'm saying 127 is the best score you can do. It's the highest score you can get.
Yeah.
He did not get that in this game, but he got a better score than the player he played.
Oh, right.
He won with a 128, but his opponent did not score higher than 128.
I see. So the best score you can get from a break is 127.
I thought Kabaddi was the hard game.
But if the game goes on beyond the break, or like if players have multiple turns, you can score more than 127.
Yeah, like if I miss a ball and you pot a couple of balls, I can no longer get a 127.
Gotcha.
Because you've potted some balls.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Whew, boy.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Just get the balls in the hole, man. Just get them in.
That's it.
Kenya in the New York City Marathon.
I know nothing about this. Go on.
Oh, it looked like you were really ready to go. What's your Kenya take?
No, I don't know.
They claimed first, second, and third in the men's and women's marathon in New York City, which is pretty much the biggest marathon in the world. They're good at that. Kenyans love their marathon running. They are superstars.
Good runners.
Yeah. So Olympics next year.
Keep an eye out.
Your camera goes again. The other big news, I think this is probably the last bit that I've got for tonight's show, as I just check my notes, and yes, it is. The other big news is that it's the Melbourne Cup tomorrow. Now, I say it's big news, but I love sport, and this is no moral objection. I don't care if you want to race horses, if you like betting on horses, cool. There's almost no sport that I'm less interested in than horse racing, Jim.
About harness racing. Oh, to be fair, that's probably more enjoyable to watch.
Why would you choose the closest possible sport? Is your camera? Get yourself back up.
Oh, I'm more just saying.
What's the difference?
Harness racing is the one when they're in the little chariots, but they're sitting down.
I suppose that's better.
Yeah, I guess it's funner.
But I wouldn't watch it. I don't watch either. Yeah. Do you have any interest in horse racing whatsoever?
No.
It's the race that stops a nation. Does it still stop the nation? I guess it does. I went to the races once. I didn't enjoy it, and I refused to adapt.
Yeah, I can't say so. Being there didn't help.
Nah. It was just more boring because I couldn't switch it off.
Yeah, and to be fair, most people that go that enjoy it, it's more the party, the dress up, the prestige of it all. But
and I'm a notoriously antisocial guy, James. You know that. That's why we've been friends for so many years. Now, anything else from you? Anything in the chat that we need to address? We had B Factor. Oh, Does B Factor tell us what the fastest speed he's ever gone in a car, or does he not want to?
No, he didn't chime in after we gave him the update.
Okay, thanks for that, B Factor.
Oh, I did miss Alex's. Alex's made his way into the chat.
Oh,
He
hello,
said,
Alexei.
just sorry, had a last minute exam he was catching up on.
Oh, hope you went well, Alexei. Anybody else?
Oh, he's also chimed in with a snooker saying Dennis is a legend, which that he is, Dennis Taylor.
Big Dan. Nothing else of note in there?
He just said, Curt is not missing anything.
Anything? Did he finish it with a K?
No, anything
right.
on the old snooker catch up.
Oh, right.
Yes, that is the chat.
Kurt, as in Kurt's not missing anything, as in he
I believe
understood
there's
what I was saying.
No, I believe there's sarcasm in that because he's clearly up to speed on snooker. He said, yes.
I don't know.
He said 147 is the highest, Jimbo, giving me support. Not 127. Kurt's not missing anything.
Yeah, so he's saying you got it wrong. You said 127, but Alex says 147 is the highest, and that's where the confusion
That's what I said.
You said 127.
Did I?
You said about a million times you said 127 break. That's what didn't make
Was
sense
I
to
saying
me.
127?
The whole time.
Oh.
The whole time. That's why I was like, I don't understand. 128 is higher than 127. How does this
so
work?
147 is what I meant. Oh.
This is why I was like, is it like golf? Because you keep insisting 127's better than 128.
That's right. We'll clip it in post. Wow. Yeah, I did not catch on to the fact that I was saying 127 instead of 147.
All right. Well, that's
Idiot.
that's the way to end the show.
That's it.
the way. Nothing else from you, Jimbo?
Nah, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit subscribe. Oh, no, it's coming apart. My craftsmanship is being exposed. I'm just going to put that down there. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to the fellas who called in. We do this every Monday. So, it's a ramble through the world of sport. So please join us. Tell your friends, hit like, do everything that little button says there, and we'll see you all next week.